Hello, movie enthusiasts. Welcome back to Movie Cinemax. Today, we're diving into the world of classic Bollywood romance with a review of the 2012 film Jab Tak Hai Jaan, directed by the legendary Yash Chopra and starring Shah Rukh Khan, Katrina Kaif, and Anushka Sharma. As the movie starts, a soldier of the passive section is defusing a bomb in a battle between life and death. At this time, our hero Major Samar Anand comes here. He comes to the bomb without even a safety jacket and asks, "So what?" The soldier who is deactivating the bomb at this time says, "Sir, I can't imagine, it's very complicated." Major Samar says, "Okay, you rest and I will take care of this." Another soldier who was on the side tried to take a jacket to Major Samar, but another soldier who was there said, "It's okay, Anand, who defused the most bombs in the bomb disposal unit, come." So he answered. Kira takes it off after coming to her accommodation and puts it on the floor. She finds a diary in the jacket. This is just starting to read. While reading this, an incident happens when Samar was young. That is, when the snow is being removed from a church, a girl comes to the church. She is very beautiful. This girl goes to the church and thanks God for passing the exam and for marrying a good white boy, not an Indian boy. At this time, this girl is listening to Samar. Samar is a young boy who has been making ends meet by doing one part-time job in his youth. He sings on the street and works in food stalls. Anyway, the girl he saw in the church one day singing on the street also leaves a small amount for Samar. One day Samar goes to a big party as a waiter. At this time, Samar sees that the girl he saw earlier, Mira, is getting engaged to a boy. Her father announces this. Samar's mind also gets a little confused at this time. Anyway, in the middle of the party, Samar goes to empty the dustbin. At this time, he sees that Mira is confused and smoking. Samar tries to leave without being seen, but Mira recognizes Samar and asks, "Are you the boy who sings on the street?" Samar says, "Yes ma'am, I am." Samar asks if ma'am will not be happy even if she gets engaged today. But Mira says that she is very happy. Mira suddenly knows that her father is calling and leaves here. After that, we can see that Mira's father is in a meeting of his company, and Mira's married Roger is also present. At this time, father says, "It's time for me to retire, so you two can continue to take care of this business." One day when Samar was singing on the road, Mira came to meet Samar and said to Samar, "I want to learn to sing beautifully from you. My father's birthday is next month. I want to sing a song for my father." Samar says, "Okay ma'am, I will teach you to sing, but you have to teach me to speak English like a gentleman." Both come to an agreement. After this agreement, Samar teaches Mira to sing and Mira teaches English to Samar. One day Samar tells Mira that, "I really wanted to join the army but my mother never let me join the army." After some time passes, Samar tells Mira that, "I am thinking about you now, that means I am in love." Mira doesn't have an answer to that. Then Samar says, "Yes, yes, I know you are engaged, the train has arrived, you go on your way, I will go on my way." At this time, Samar asks, "Should I kiss you? You won't kiss me." So Mira is looking forward to this story. At this time, Samar comes close to Mira and gives Mira a loving kiss. Then Samar says, "You didn't hit me in the ear." We also wonder if Mira has fallen in love with Samar. Mira can't forget Samar after a while. Mira comes to meet Samar whenever possible. One day Mira says, "My father gave me everything I asked for, he only asked me to marry Roger, so I can't say no to that." So both of them go to the church and ask to keep us as friends. Mira asks God to punish us as you wish if we break that promise. At this time Samar says, "Mira, I don't want to be your friend." But due to Mira's request, Samar wants to be like a friend and promises not to cross their boundaries. By now Mira's mother is separated from them and lives with someone else. Mira wants to visit her mother because of a gift sent by her mother for her birthday. So she goes with Samar to see her mother. Mira decides that this meeting will be a reason to break the agreement with Samar. In this way, Samar gets into a car accident when both of them meet their mother and say goodbye to each other to go to their respective jobs. At this time, Mira asks God, "Don't punish him for my mistakes, save him from death, I will never meet him," and promises God. Because Mira thinks that God has punished her for falling in love with Samar in this way when she was engaged, and to keep her alive, she promises that she will never meet her. After a few days, Samar is discharged from the hospital and goes home. He is talking to his friend and says, "Mira didn't even come to see me at the hospital, look around." At this time Mira comes to see Samar and Samar asks, "Why you didn't even come to see me?" At this time Mira says, "I prayed for you to save your life and as a payment I promised God to leave you." Samar says, "Mira, don't read nonsense. But this is not nonsense, I say that I made a promise before God. Mira asks you to leave this city and go far away from me. I am marrying Roger." Samar wrote a letter to her friend and left. Then Samar went in front of God and said, "You kept me alive, but Mira took me away. It's okay, let's see what she asked you. If you say that I will live without me, how long will you be able to keep me alive?" At the same time, Samar joins the army and asks, "Is this story really true?" Samar doesn't say anything, "Don't think too much about it, let it go." Samar leaves. After that we can see that Akira has come to this area for a documentary program on their Discovery Channel. Akira asks the director for 2 more weeks to stop. He says that he has a story in mind and will bring it to the channel. After that, Akira goes to Samar's camp and says, "I will do a documentary work program with you for 2 weeks on the Discovery Channel, and I will come with you wherever you go." The rest of the group also recognizes Akira. One day Akira is recording a video where a summer bomb is being defused. At this time Akira barely steps on a landmine and an explosion occurs. Anyway, Samar saves Akira. At this time, Samar scolds Akira for making her work without any attention. One day when Akira was playing a little game with the group, Akira's camera was hit by a ball and the camera broke. That evening, the group tries to fix it, but fails. Before falling asleep, Akira tells Samar, "Soldier, you saved me, because I have to go back and I lost my camera." The next morning, when Akira is about to leave with the things, the army men bring back the camera. Akira asks who made. Samar says it was made by him. As days pass, the work on the report is completed. At the end of the recording, Akira asks Samar, "Why don't you use a protective mask when you work?" Samar says, "Protective masks protect us from injuries and scratches, but the pain in our hearts is more than all that. If our thoughts are always killing us, then escape from a bomb. There is no point in drawing a protective cover." At the end of the story Akira says, "I love you." At the same time, he says, "No, I just said that, don't care, I'm a little confused." Samar says, "Don't be like me after love, it's only sad," and leaves. The next day, Akira leaves to say goodbye to everyone. When Akira takes the story to the studio, the director says that we can publicize it in the next issue, but if we want to send it to the public as a true story, we have to give a life to Summer. Akira tells Samar about this, but Samar refuses to come to London for the first time. But Samar thinks about it. He comes to London the next day and surprises Akira. Akira says, "Thanks for coming for me." Samar's misfortune means that he has to experience an accident like the accident that happened to him years ago. He goes to save Akira from the accident and Samar is unable to escape from it. He undergoes several surgeries and when Samar regains consciousness, he asks Akira about Mira. They say they want to meet him. At this time, Akira is running out of things to do. Samar is having a hard time. the doctor who performed the operation comes and asks Samar, "Your full name, how old are you?" Samar answers that, "I am 28 years old." The doctor is surprised. Again the doctor asks, "What is the present year we are in now?" Samar says, 2002. Can you imagine that Samar's memory has started from the accident that happened 10 years ago when he was with Mira? Akira asks if this will get better, doctor. The doctor says that he can't say, maybe it will get better or not. The doctor says that if we want to influence Samar, we have to find Mira, whom he always mentions. Akira tries anyway and goes to Mira's house. Akira sees Mira having fun with Roger and the kids. Akira doesn't meet Mira that day, she goes to Mira's office another day. Akira makes her like all the details and takes her to see Samar. That day, Samar hugs Mira. After going home that day, Mira was crying a lot. The next day, the doctor tells Samar that we are not in 2002 as you think, we are now in 2012. It is said that you have been affected by an accident. Maybe Samar can't imagine this. Doctor says you will get well soon. Samar asks Mira, we were together for 10 years, right? How long have we been married? At this time Mira goes without an answer. Samar says, I want to remember all the days spent with you, help me. The next day, Akira is having a conversation with Mirat. Don't think too much about this, you have many things to think about now, you have a family, so you should take care of those things. He says that he will stay away from him, he says that I didn't promise to marry someone else. That's why Roger married someone else and his wife left him. I will do what I can for his children. Roger is my friend. Akira can't think of anything. They say that we will both get together and build Samar anyway. After that, Akira, Samar's old friend, is also included in this work. Samar is trying to get the memory somehow with Mira. After some time, Mira says that I can't do this job anymore. I have a reason to do this because I love you too. But we know that Akira is not Samar's girlfriend. Mira hands Samarwa back to Akira. Samar asks Akira if we have met before. Akira says we have not met before. Anyway, even after spending time with Akira, Samar doesn't remember the past. Akira meets Mira and says that Samar never knew me, she always loved only you. If you think that Samar lives because you let go of him, they say that if Samar lets go, he will no longer live. One day Samar goes jogging and Samar's friend calls to come to his hotel. Samar says I will come soon. Samar's fate changes when he goes to the railway station. Samar hears an announcement that there is a bomb at the station. Samar automatically goes to the place where the bomb is. Security officials try to stop him, but Samar makes them believe that he has details about explosives. Hearing this, a security officer says he knows something about this and lets Samar go near the bomb. Samar defuses this bomb very skillfully. At the same time, Samar's past memory, his 10 years of military life, which he had lost, comes to his memory. After that, the security personnel here ask, Sir, who are you? Samar then replies, I am Major Samar Anand, Ordnance Disposal Division. Mira, dressed in a red sari, comes here while Samar is thinking in front of Lord Samar, who has remembered everything. Mira asks, why did you call me here? Samar asks, will you marry me? I remembered everything. But Mira reluctantly rejects Samar at this time because of her promise to God. Samar says, then I will go back to the battlefield. Let's see if God can kill me, and leaves there. Mira is crying a lot. Samar says goodbye to London and Akira and goes back to the war field. He is back on his usual duty of defusing a bomb. After this job is done, he sees Mira looking at him. Then Samar goes to Mira. Mira says that I lived and died for 10 years. God is keeping you alive for me. So Samar asks why I didn't understand this for so long. Mira says that it took me a while to understand this. There is a time for every meeting. At the same time, Samar's partner, Sir Moore, there is a bomb. Samar says, I have another job. You have to believe not only in God but also in love. Without even a scratch, and the next one is in the process of being deactivated at the time of presenting the presentation, which is his last deactivation. It's not because he's afraid to die, but it's time to live, it's time to love him. Akira's presentation ends with that. And Mira and Samar's love story starts again. So the film of this love story ends here.